How you doing, Kayla?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. We'll get straight into the interview. What is your athletic training past and what are your future plans?
Okay. I've been doing athletic training for a year now. I spent my last year at Illinois Wesleyan as a graduate assistant. I worked in the fall with the women's soccer team, and then the rest of the year I was with the track and field team. I have one more year at Wesleyan, and then in the future, I want to work in the collegiate setting, most likely like D3. I like those athletes, but I'm open to anything right now.
All right. And what are your recommendations that are universal for any athlete to take care of their body?
I would say just listen to your body. If it's telling you that it's in pain or needs a break, do that. I know a lot of times, like even I will ignore certain pains and aches because some stuff, like it honestly doesn't matter, but other stuff, it could be something more serious. And if you just let it go, most likely it's going to get worse. So just listen to your body.
All right. And what are things or actions that athletes in general should stay away from?
I would say just don't do anything stupid and don't overtrain. Don't do anything stupid is kind of bad advice, but just a lot. I see in the collegiate setting, I see a lot of stuff that's like outside of sports, not necessarily in the sport, like a lot of injuries. I mean, it's good 50-50, but just don't do stupid stuff on the weekends. That'll prevent you from competing. But then also just don't overtrain, don't overdo it. Like I said, listen to your body earlier.
All right. And then what are the best ways to recover from hard work outside of obviously sleep?
I think nutrition is a big one. I've learned a lot about nutrition just recently. I still have a lot to learn, but just making sure you're getting the right carbs, obviously drinking water, got to stay hydrated. Same with like Gatorade and the electrolytes, but also make sure you're replenishing your carbs, your protein, eating enough. Like you got to fuel your body in order to like actually move. So just nutrition as well as sleep.
All right. And if you had one piece of advice to give to collegiate athletes, what would it be?
Besides what I've already said, just remember why you're there. Like remember you want to have fun. Like make sure you're having fun with it. That's why you played your sport because you enjoy it. Obviously winning's important too and all this other stuff, but don't let the stresses and the pressure get in the way. Just make sure you remember why you're there and enjoy your time and your sport.
Yeah, perfect. And how important are taking actions like ice bath and any other kind of preventative ways to keeping your body healthy?
I think they are very important because if you just keep going, your body will deteriorate. If you do like a proper cool down after, even if it's just stretching, foam rolling, or a little jog or something, it just helps get the body to calm down, relax, and then get ready for the next time you go work out rather than just keep going and going.
All right. And what is your take on playing through injuries?
That's always a tough one. Because it depends on the situation. Because like if it's the playoff game, you want someone to keep going. But my thing is always I keep in the back of my head, and I tell my athletes this is my goal is to just keep you safe. Like I'm not going to let you go out there if I don't think it's going to be good for your own health or your body. So if it's like a little ache or pain, like yes, you can play through it. Like you can play through a bruise. Anyone can play through a bruise. Some people don't think they can, but you can. But just you don't want to make anything worse. So I try to like tell people like I'm okay with you going out there as long as it's not going to make anything worse. But then you have those people who you can't get off the field, and that's where it's kind of like, oh, they're playing through this. So you just got to advocate for them, talk to them. But in the end, like it's the patients, like it's their decision. But you have to make sure you let them know all the consequences it could have, and just be clear with them. And I'd say a lot of education. You don't want to play through stuff, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah. And where do you see most injuries coming from?
In my last year, I've seen the most from like not being conditioned enough. So coming in the fall, sometimes over the summer, athletes slack off, not necessarily slack off, but it's summer. You should take a break. I'm not saying don't take a break, but they jump right back into it, and coaches will do like 2-a-days, and nobody's bodies can handle that at the moment. Same with like freshmen, because I work in the collegiate setting. Having freshmen come up to the collegiate setting, they're not used to training as a college athlete does. Like in high school, they probably did little to nothing unless it was something like the college level. So that just not being ready to go, deconditioned. The other thing is overuse injuries. Like a lot of times it is overuse. I mean, you can't prevent, well, you can, but like certain things you can't help. Like it's going to happen, you're going to get hurt, but you can at least take a break and kind of let your body heal rather than just keep going and going.
Yeah. And last question is, what is your advice for the mental health of players when they're injured?
I would say like simply just talk to somebody. I know it's hard. A lot of people don't like talking about their feelings, but your athletic trainer is there for you. You can talk to them. I know I have my student athletes, they joke with me and say that I'm like their therapist because they'll tell me anything. But just talk to somebody, even if it's your friend, your parents. If you don't want to talk to someone, go find someone to talk to or write it down. Because that could be the hardest part of recovery. Like it's just getting stuck in your head. Let's see. But yeah, just talk to somebody. That's about all I got.
All right, perfect. Appreciate your time.
Yep.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks, you too.